Welcome back to Fitness Business Consulting. This is the first episode we've done Mitch and I alone with no guest here in the middle.
Couldn't find anyone for today.
No one likes us.
All of our friends are otherwise busy.
So due to the time of year, I thought it was a really good idea to talk about the 5 things that we've learned for this year and maybe trends you could look into for next year. So without further ado, this episode is going to be short, it's going to be sharp, it's going to be a sweep. We're going to talk about number 1, which is focus on the main thing.
I'm pretty sure we've done this podcast the last few years as well.
It was the same thing last year too.
Which is good because we have focused on the one thing, the main thing again. But this is a reminder for ourselves, I think, and we have some things within our business that we just keep coming back to that we need to continue to focus on, but also for the clients that we work with where we feel like that sometimes owners, and this is us included, can get a little bit distracted with different ideas, with different things, with different bits of content that they listen to, and they end up starting to do things that maybe aren't what's going to be best for the business at that point. So it's staying focused on what is the main thing and trying to keep that the main thing.
I'll give you a really great example. So I was working with a client the other day and things are going really well. She's getting leads, she's making calls, she's making sales. Her direct debit is starting to grow. Now, at the point in time, she still hasn't really optimized her onboarding process. So once she sells someone, turning them into a long-term member. And my advice was her, like, hey, make sure after sales call, they get this text, they get this email, they know where to come, session 1, session 2, session 3, when do you roll them over? And instead of doing that, she was planning a retreat for October in 2026. Now, is a retreat a bad thing to do for a business? Absolutely not. But was it the wrong thing to do at that point in time? Absolutely. And that's what we mean when we say focus on the main thing.
And it's so easy to get distracted, especially with something fun like that when you're organizing a retreat overseas.
Looking at accommodation.
It's accommodation, it's flights, where you're going to have dinner, what rooms we're going to hire out. It's something you haven't done before. It's a holiday. Of course, you're going to be excited and wanting to do that. And again, not to say it's a bad idea, but given the state of what you determined was most important at that point in time, and if planning that retreat was taking up X amount of her resources and her bandwidth, and it means she wasn't doing the other thing or she didn't have someone else doing it, then it's not a trade-off that should be
The
made.
retreat doesn't exist if those new sales don't turn into long-term members. So always focus on the main thing. Is it leads? Is it bookings? Is it people aren't picking up the phone? Is it your sales process? Is it the onboarding? Is it the retention? What needs fixing first, and put all of your energy and all of your effort into that. I'm 36, I've got a 9-month-old daughter. I've only got so much juju in my day. And I think everyone is like that. Like, energy is your most important currency. How do you spend it?
And you might not know what that is. And it's something that you should put some time into trying to figure out. And it's easy to think, oh, but if this happens and this happens and then this happens. Fix the first thing. If it leads to problems from that, then that's when you fix them chronologically.
And that really is the beauty of mentorship. I had FitTribe in before. They do multiple 7 figures a year. They work together. They came to me, hey, what was the problem? I said, like, hey, fix your pricing, spend more money on ads, and don't do anything else. That was my advice. They paid me a large sum of money, and I told them 2 things, the exact same thing, every week for 12 weeks, and now they're multi-7 figures. So sometimes, like, the smallest things can make the biggest difference is if you identify what you actually need.
What's constraining you?
Number 2, mate. Number 2, don't fear AI. Use it to make your life easier.
It's been around, for years now. And we were talking about this morning that ChatGPT came out November 2022, so about 3 years ago. There's a lot of fear in the world. I still think there is a lot of fear that it's going to take people's jobs or, whatever comes with that. What we've learned more so this year than the last few years is it really can make your life as a business owner or even as an employee or whatever so much easier. You can have tools. ChatGPT is obviously the one that's most well known. It's the one that I use the most. I think it's the one you use the most. And you can have it help you do your daily task, your weekly tasks, your monthly tasks to make life so much faster, so much easier without having to get bogged down in some of the things that you used to. So the lesson that at least I've learned personally is use it to your advantage. The same way I think when the internet came out years ago, instead of having to go to the encyclopedia, you can go and just on Google and do it. And the same applies for this.
Well, I don't think people realize just how good it actually is. I'll give you an example. So if anyone's followed me for a while now, you know I absolutely love spreadsheets to track our numbers and for our clients to track their numbers. I would outsource some of this work to a VA in the Philippines if I had a really complex formula that I needed to solve it. I knew what I wanted it to solve, but I didn't know what to put in. So now I literally screenshot the spreadsheet. I put it into ChatGPT. I can see the rows, I can see the columns, and I tell it exactly what I want. And it gives me a copy and paste formula to put into the cell. That has literally saved me hours and hours this year. And that is one of 100 things that I actually use it for. I will say this though, mate, call your leads before you fuck around with AI. Because it is a rabbit hole of like how deep can you go into it.
This is for tasks you're already doing. This isn't going to looking for things that you could be doing and try and find a way for AI to help it. If you're already writing a weekly email and you were spending all the time doing that before, you might be able to put notes in, you put dot points in of things you want to discuss. And then you say, hey, write an email that's going to go out to my members this week. And then it'll spurt out something that's long. And then you can say, hey, make longer, make shorter, add this, do whatever. And something that used to take an hour can take you 5 to 10 minutes.
I think the image function is really underutilized. So I had an issue with ManyChat the other day. I literally screenshot the error, put it in there. It told me exactly what to do.
Do it on your phone.
Yep.
Like it's a computer. It's great.
For personal, like me this year, I've also used it for health stuff. So if I ever get a blood test, if I'm ever told to take medication, if I'm taking vitamins, it is like a personal doctor in your pocket. Again, and if you feel good, you have lots of energy, it will help you with number one, which is focusing on the right thing. There is ChatGPT, there is Grok, there is Gemini.
There's heaps of them now.
I've only ever used ChatGPT, so I can't speak on the others.
They're all similar, but I think, but just somewhat different depending on what your main use is for it. But for anyone listening to this who's wants the suggestion, just use ChatGPT. It's pretty bloody good. And then it'll make life a lot easier.
The other thing I really use it for too is video editing. Super helpful if you're editing video to use some AI functions.
It's helpful for everything.
Okay. Number 3. What is number 3? We have got, this is going to be painful for gym owners. This is more for gym owners, not for us. Competition is still increasing.
So this isn't data driven, but because there's actually no data that actually shows exactly how many studios or gyms there are. There are ones that are still shutting down, but from the amount of calls and the amount of people we speak to, there are still lots and lots and lots of studios and gyms opening.
And in 2018, it was just lots and lots and lots of fitness studios. And now there's lots and lots of fitness studios and Pilates and Muay Thai and BJJ.
There's so many different modalities that maybe used to be not as prominent, or it would only be like an odd class in like a 24/7 gym. And now there's standalone studios for all those different types of modalities.
And your competition isn't just that. It is high rocks. It is run clubs. It is anything that will take your attention away from your prospects.
And I think that's important to remember that, yes, there are more people that are exercising, training than ever before, but there's just so many more options, whether it's a paid option or it is something that they can do without having to pay, like a run club. So unfortunately for owners, it still is a growing market. So it really just means that you have to do better than the rest of them. And we're not going to get into that, but there's a lot that you can do. But
well, I share this story every podcast. First boot camp in 2015 got up to 509 members in 12 months. We were young, dumb, ignorant, perfect time, perfect place, perfect storm. With our skill set today, we could not get that one location to 509 members. I think there are a lot of owners that were in that perfect storm. And over the last 5 to 6 to 7 years, definitely pre-COVID, post-COVID, they're saying things like, oh, it used to be so much easier. And they're hoping, they're begging, they're praying to live in a world that no longer exists. If competition is increasing, you simply need to get better. Existing is no longer enough.
It's like when older people talk about the good old days and schooners used to be $1 or 20 cents. Those days are just done. And unfortunately, leads are more expensive. People aren't signing up as willingly. They've tried and failed a bunch of different times compared to when they first started doing it 5, 7, 10 years ago. And now there is just a lot more options. So this isn't a negative. It's just what we've seen.
It's a reality.
And it also gives light to, if there is a lot of them, which there are, and you are one that is doing well, you are one that is, has good operations and has good marketing, good everything, then you are going to stand out. So I think that's a
100%.
positive to take.
And you just have to get better. Like I cannot stress that enough. Like if you are still running your business the way it was ran in 2015, it's no longer going to work, which takes us to point number 4, which is so critical if there is more competition. If your pricing is wrong, business will be extremely hard.
So same logic where we have owners that will have the same price that they've had for 5, 7, 10 years, or they've increased it by like $1 a month or something. And even if you just do like a very basic calculation through use ChatGPT and counter for inflation, you're not even keeping up. So effectively, you're going backwards, given even if you had the exact same amount of members.
Well, mate, let's be more blunt. Your rent's going up, your wages are going up, inflation's going up, your membership prices aren't increasing. You are getting poorer every year. And at the same time, competition is stealing your lunch money.
It's double whammy, because for people who've been around for a while, you may not have as many members as you used to. And then you're also undercharging. So you not only don't have as many, you're not charging enough. So you really need to, and this is something we always talk about, but when you're working out your pricing, you need to do what's best for you. You need to obviously take into consideration what others charge, but you can't just look at what someone's charging up the road and charge the same. And I always say it, and I love it, and I think it hits home. You might be copying your pricing on someone who's about to go out of business. So why the hell would you copy them?
And supply demand. If there's 10,000 people that exercise in your catchment, there used to be 100 gyms, and now there's 200 gyms. Those same 10,000 people are spread across twice the amount of gyms. So if you charged twice as much, it would equal out. So it makes sense that if there's less people in your business today due to competition, if you charge more, it's really powerful.
Not to mention, if you have less clients, the business is going to be easier to run. And
Yeah.
you'll need less operation to be able to fulfill everything. So call it a price increase, call it a price correction, call it whatever you need to, but you need to take a good hard look at your pricing. And then really, if you feel like you need to make a drastic change, it's going to be scary. There is a way out. And once you make it, then all new clients there moving forward can be charged that, and that'll be your business. And if you don't, there's a very good chance that you could be out of business soon, because it's going to be the start and end of it.
Simple math. You could have 200 members paying 30, or you could have 100 members paying 60. I know what business I would rather have.
Agreed.
Number 5, lucky last. We have got social media is now more important for lead nurture than lead generation.
So we have found that when we're running ads and we're doing marketing for clients, if they've got a really good organic social media, Instagram, it's the main one, then those leads that come through paid ads are far more likely to convert, because what do? They opt into the ad, they jump on Instagram, they have a look through the feed, they scroll through for a while. And if they've got a lot of good quality posts, they are highlighting their members, showcasing.
I just want to jump in, mate. I think video content has never been more important.
Video, good quality image and video content, and they're showcasing that, they are far more likely to want to take the next step and do the intro program, do a trial, sign up, as opposed to someone who comes through a paid ad, they jump on Instagram and they posted 3 times in the last month.
Yeah.
And they're a pathetic looking image or a pathetic looking post, and it really has no substance at all.
Or they're talking about like this, they're way off track.
They're talking about politics, or they're talking about something that's just not even related, right? Whereas, at least for me, I always would think that it could be like an acquisition tool. And yes, people still do come across you organically and have a look and then opt in. But normally they're sent there from paid traffic.
Well, mate, I just want to bring up Punch Love Boxing, right? So our most successful done-for-you client of all time, we sold over 500 clients into that business. We've had clients that we have not been successful with, and we've really struggled. And we've sat down for hours, like, why does this occur? Why is one 500 and why is one 10? And a lot of it comes down to their website and their social media organic presence. Like, we're not fucking miracle workers. There is less trust in the marketplace than ever before. And if you really think about it, they see the ad, they go to your social media, they like it, you will get cheaper leads at a higher price. But if they like what they see, that will also improve the quality of the lead, meaning they are more likely to pick up the phone or more likely to book. Once they book or pick up the phone, they're more likely to then show up to that next step, and they're more likely to buy, they're more likely to refer. It is like such a tip of the spear thing to do. If your organic marketing is non-existent or it sucks, life is going to be hard.
So whenever you're making content, this is the last thing we'll finish on, is you shouldn't necessarily be thinking, okay, what am I posting to attract someone new for the first time? It's okay, what's going to help warm up this person who's seeing my stuff after seeing an ad, after seeing my website, after being referred by someone else. So if you start to plan your content and post stuff based on that, it'll be more successful.
One key point. On Instagram, you're allowed 3 pin posts. Make those posts exceptional. And make those posts the story of someone that was on the fence, that had thought about joining, that had an injury, that didn't think they were fit enough. And then the prospect, before they opt in, will watch that video and think, wow, that's just like me.
And it just helps pre-handle any objections that they have in their mind. So do that. Fix your organic social media, and whether you're running paid ads or not, we obviously love and encourage people to do that. It's going to make that process a lot more successful.
So recapping the 5, mate, focus on the main thing. Do not get distracted. 2, don't fear AI. Use it to make your life easier. If you don't use it, you are wasting time and you will fall behind. 3, competition is still increasing. It is no longer enough to exist. You have to get better every week, every month, every year. If your pricing is wrong, business is extremely difficult. I'll go as far as to say if your pricing is wrong, it can actually bankrupt you. Last one, social media is now more important than ever before for lead nurture instead of lead generation if you want to convert those leads into your business. And as we know, mate, we have clients' biggest frustration why they end up with us is leads don't convert.
It's a good list of 5. It'll be interesting next year.
Guys, appreciate it. Have a lovely
Thank you.
Christmas. Happy New Year. Talk to you later.